Thanks, Zena. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome the Right Honorable Prime Minister Bill English, His Excellency Mr. Sanjeev Kohli, the High Commissioner of India to New Zealand, the leader of Indian delegation Mohan Das Pai, parliamentarians in the room, Mr. Bakshi and Pamjit Pama, and it's really my honor and privilege to see a room full of serious stakeholders in the India-New Zealand relationship in general, and with a special focus on the education sector. So I'm just going to give a brief overview, and then we'll hear the Prime Minister. So it's just about the summit. As a background, FICCI was started pre-independence. FICCI is our partner for this evening. They've come all the way from India. They've brought a very high-powered delegation with us. This organization, FICCI, for those who don't know, was started pre-independence under the aegis of the great Mahatma Gandhi. So INZBC is very proud to be associated with this long-standing, very credible and democratic organization as we share our core values with them. So as a member of the then Prime Minister of New Zealand, Sir John Key's business mission to India late last year in October, we visited FICCI, and sitting on their boardroom, we conceptualized this idea of an education summit, and quite a few familiar faces who were on the table are in New Zealand today, including Mr. Jadar Singh. So we decided that education being such an important part of the entire bilateral relationship, that we need to do a summit focused on this. So at that time, during the Prime Minister's visit, we signed an MOU between INZBC and FICCI to enhance this cooperation in education, skills, and technology between both the countries. And one of the initiatives that FICCI and INZBC have taken up was to engage in organizing this specific day, which is EduTech 2017. And the three keywords today are knowledge, skill, and technology. So a little bit about this theme. So INZBC has been around for about 30 years, and we do an annual summit. And in the past few years, we've decided to focus on one subject. So rather than come up with a holistic idea about the relationship, we said, let's go and drill into areas where we can really make an impact and affect that relationship in a positive way. So about 3 years ago, we did a very focused summit on information and technology. At that time, we had the guru of India's digital India, if we can say, Nandan Nilekani, who came and gave a very good insight and helped develop a lot of linkages back and forth between India and New Zealand. Last year, we did one around agriculture and technology, so that was linked with the field days. So we had, again, a very good delegation from India. We took them to Mystery Creek, and we organized a similar day focused on agriculture. So, and this year, we are talking about education and skill, and that definitely is a key factor of the trade between India and New Zealand. As India looks to increase its edutech output, there is a great need and a growing market for sophisticated mechanized tools and equipments and processes. So it's not about just delivering education or bringing in students. It's about the whole gamut around education and how to deliver that, and exchange of ideas about newer ways of how we can improve the delivery of this and develop the relationship further. So there's a significant opportunity for Kiwi businesses to get access to these networks of these businesses which are here today from India in this room. From India's perspective, it has the youngest population in the world, and education is an integral part of the Indian psyche and culture. Every Indian yearns to get quality education and succeed in life. So that's one of the core, foundations there. Education is clearly understood as the key to success. This drive and enthusiasm leads Indians across the globe and across the shores of India and get quality education, and then end up leading global companies like Google, Microsoft, Pepsi, and the list goes on. From New Zealand's perspective, education has almost overtaken wood as the fourth biggest export earner, being worth nearly $3.5 billion, and the government has set up an ambitious target to grow this to about $5 billion by 2025. India is a major stakeholder in this education growth strategy which New Zealand has, as there's a large number of Indian students coming to gain quality education from New Zealand institutions. And the whole narrative is we just don't want this just to be a source where students come and educate. We want deeper, more meaningful relationships between institutions so that we can add more value both to India and New Zealand in this whole relationship. So in simple terms, India is the market and New Zealand has the capability and capacity to provide high quality education pathways. So there are ways to look at collaborations among institutions to create win-win situations. So this summit is all about starting new dialogues in this area and to bring a positive impact on the industry on both sides of the world. So we have to create a win-win situation here for both India and New Zealand. And we would like to thank you all in this room for support you've given us for this dialogue. And we are proud to say that today in this room, we have representation from almost every university in New Zealand. So in the morning, we've heard representatives from the University of Auckland, amongst others, AUT, and the list goes on. And from India also, as I earlier said, there's quite a list of top people here. The overarching aim of this summit is to get all the stakeholders in this area from both sides and create an environment whereby a more holistic collaboration and cooperation occurs in this field. So a little bit about the delegation. We are proud to get a very senior trade delegation from India, from the education sector, from FICCI, and Education New Zealand, NZT, and MFAT has really helped us put this together. We have industry stalwarts from India and New Zealand today sharing the dais here, and hopefully that'll open many doors. So this time around, we've been very successful in getting delegates through to Christchurch. So it's not about Auckland, so the delegation landed in Christchurch. They visited quite a few institutions there. From there, they came to Wellington, and from Wellington to Auckland. So we are trying to, cover entire New Zealand, and so no, it's not only about Auckland on that. And yesterday there were B2B meetings between institutions, and we hope quite a thing has come up. So we hope everything fructifies into a larger collaboration between India and New Zealand. So a little bit about our strategic partner for this, Welltech and FITRIA. We are pleased to announce that our summit partners, Wellington Institute of Technology and FITRIA, have agreed to join Westpac as our strategic partners. FITRIA and Welltech offer students a fantastic range of tertiary programs across a broad range of hands-on learning, including tourism and hospitality, business, health and social sciences, information technology, creative technology, visual arts, engineering and construction. Te Ahua, a brand new purpose-built complex which will house the New Zealand Institute of Creativity, opens early next year in the heart of Wellington, New Zealand's creative capital. So this partnership is a commitment by both Welltech and FITRIA to the Indian market in opening new doors for business and engaging with policymakers to gain new perspectives on learning and innovation priorities and exploring future collaborations. So with these words, I would once again like to welcome and thank the Prime Minister, the High Commissioner, the other dignitaries, and the visiting delegation to find time and spend this day with us. And we sincerely hope that new relationships form during this summit, and we create further collaboration and win-win situations for both India and New Zealand. Thank you.